A metal tray works best for this for reasons you'll see a little bit later. I've lined this with reusable paper towels, but regular paper towels will work just as well. You just want something that can absorb some water. I'm covering this with 100% cotton marker paper. I've heard you can also use parchment paper from the supermarket, but whatever you do, you want to make sure it's nice and tough because you're going to be working on it a lot. This is where the metal comes in handy. I'm using little magnets to hold my palette paper down on top of my wet paper towels. The palette is where I'll be mixing my colors, but I'll be storing my colors in a segmented box. I'm actually using an ice tray that has a sealable top. It's got rubber gaskets around the top, so they're going to keep my paint relatively fresh for a few days when they're not in use. For this particular palette, I'm going to be using yellow ochre, Prussian blue, permanent white, primary blue, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, and cadmium yellow. In no particular order. I vary my palette quite frequently. This is kind of a go-to. I know it's sort of heavy on the blues. Prussian is kind of an exotic blue, but I sort of like the look of it. You can make some nice shadows with it, and it adds some depth to your sky colors, but totally not necessary. Ultramarine and primary blue should be fine. I'm using cad yellow instead of primary yellow, which I put on the list. And that's just because I happen to have it. Primary yellow works absolutely just as well. It's a lot less expensive than cadmium yellow. So, there's some variation between what I'm using and what you guys will be using, but basically you need a set of primaries, a couple of earth tones, and white.